Hello and welcome to today's English news lesson. My name is Stuart. In today's lesson, we're looking at two pieces of news from around the world. The first one is coming from Pakistan, and the second one takes us to Spain. Now, remember that the objective of these lessons is to help you improve your knowledge of current events in English, to show you the words and expressions that they use in the news in English, and also to help you build your vocabulary and your knowledge of English through the news. So, let's go to the lesson. Now, here we are with the first piece of news, and we can see that the headline is "Blue-eyed tea seller becomes social media sensation in India and Pakistan." Blue-eyed tea seller. So let's highlight the headline, blue-eyed tea seller. Now, we see here that we have blue-eyed, which is joined by a dash, blue-eyed tea seller. Now, the reason we do this in English is because it's an adjective. The person has blue eyes, but when you use the two as an adjective, you have to join them together with a hyphen, and it becomes blue-eyed, meaning one word adjective. A blue-eyed tea seller becomes social media sensation in India and Pakistan. So let's have a look what this article is about. Ashrad Khan, 18, a Chai-wallah from Islamabad, gets modeling contract after Instagram image goes viral across subcontinent. Okay, so he's a Chai-wallah. Now, a Chai-wallah is a person that sells tea in India and Pakistan, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that is what it is. Let's have a look at the definition just in case. A Chai-wallah, so we'll see what it means, and we can see that it is the art of Indian tea making, a Chai-wallah. From Islamabad in Pakistan, gets modeling contract after Instagram image goes viral across subcontinent. Now, when we talk about the subcontinent in English, we talk about India, Pakistan, the subcontinent, Bangladesh most likely as well, the subcontinent. And the image has gone viral. Now, when things go viral, they become very popular and they spread very quickly through social media. People share them, it spreads, things go viral. So the pictures of this man, and we can see the man here with his blue eyes, as they said, his blue eyes. The blue-eyed tea seller has gone viral in the subcontinent. Now let's go down to the main part of the article. Let's have a look at the first paragraph. A blue-eyed tea seller from Islamabad has scored a modeling contract after featuring in an Instagram post that went viral. Now, the words we need to look at here, has scored a modeling contract. It means that he has got a modeling contract. He has been given a modeling contract. So you score a contract, you win a contract, you get a contract, you are given a contract, okay? So the tea seller from Islamabad has scored a modeling contract after featuring, remember that in English, after we use a preposition, after preposition, ing, after featuring in an Instagram post that went viral. The next paragraph, even more unlikely, the 18-year-old's picture topped trending lists across Indian social media, warming an icy patch between the neighbours that has included calls for Pakistani actors to be banned from the Indian film industry. So let's have a look at this paragraph. Even more unlikely, okay, even more improbable, unlikely, improbable. The 18-year-old's picture topped trending list. So if you top a list, it means that you are at the top of it. Across Indian social media, warming an icy patch. Warming an icy patch. Now, what they're saying here is that the relations between India and Pakistan have been cold, okay? So it's warming an icy patch, warming the cold relations between the neighbours that has included calls for Pakistani actors to be banned, okay, to be prohibited, to be banned from the Indian film industry. So you ban somebody from something, okay. Photographer Jaya Ali snapped the Chai-wallah at a bazaar in the Pakistani capital on Sunday. Her Instagram post spread to Twitter and Facebook and kicked off a search for the name of the vendor. So, the photographer snapped the vendor, okay? She snapped it. She took a photo. You snap a photo, you take a photo, okay? The Chai-wallah at a bazaar in the Pakistani capital. A bazaar is where they sell lots of different interesting things at a bazaar. On Sunday, her Instagram post spread to Twitter and Facebook and began a search for the name of the vendor. It began a search for the name of the vendor. Vendor, another name for a person that sells something. Salesman, vendor, okay? He was identified on Tuesday. Let's just highlight this paragraph. He was identified on Tuesday as Arshad Khan, a teenager from Kohat district who had been making tea at the Itwa Bazaar for 3 months, okay, for 3 months. So nothing really to look at here. He had been making tea for 3 months. The use of the past perfect tense here, who had been making tea. The next paragraph, let's have a look. Khan told the Dawn newspaper his first inkling of the scale of his fame was when he spotted local boys with flyers depicting his face. He was also mobbed by media outlets clamoring for an interview. So, 3 or 4 words here that we need to look at the meaning of. The first one is his first inkling, his first hint, his first knowledge, as we can see here. A slight knowledge or suspicion, a hint, okay. If we go to the thesaurus, we can see idea, notion, sense, impression, conception, suggestion, etc., hint, clue, all right? So we can use those words. Inkling of the scale of his fame was when he spotted local boys, when he saw local boys. You spot somebody with your eyes. You spot somebody with flyers. Flyers are a piece of paper depicting his face, showing his face. So let's have a look here at the word to depict, okay? Interesting word. To depict is to show or represent by a drawing. To show or represent by a drawing. So depicting his face. Boys were with flyers depicting his face. He was also mobbed by media outlets clamoring for an interview. So to mob means that if somebody mobs you, it means that, or if a group of people mob you, it means that you are all of a sudden very popular and people come running towards you. Imagine an actor is leaving a restaurant and people recognize the actor, they mob him. It means that they all move around him. Clamoring for an interview. Now let's have a look at this word here, to clamor, okay? To clamor. Here we go, here. Shouting vehemently, okay? Shouting vehemently. So clamoring for an interview. So you can imagine, please, interview. People are clamoring for an interview, okay? Clamoring for an interview. Loud and confused noise, clamoring for an interview. All right, so we can see that is the word here. So this is an interesting article about how the power of social media can turn unknown people, and in this sense, a tea seller or a tea vendor in Pakistan becomes an internet sensation because a photographer took his picture, posted it to Instagram, and all of a sudden it went viral because people were amazed at how attractive or good looking this boy was, and all of a sudden he's been offered a modeling contract, he's become famous, people now recognize him. So the power of social media. Now let's go to the next article. Now, the next article is here and it says Spanish court overturns Catalonia's bullfighting ban. So we'll highlight the topic here. Spanish court overturns Catalonia's bullfighting ban. Now, the background to this article is that Catalonia was one of the first Spanish regions or autonomous communities, as they call them in Spain, to ban or prohibit bullfighting. Bullfighting is a traditional Spanish activity. There's a lot of history behind it, but in recent years, a lot of people have been protesting about the treatment of animals, and bullfighting has come under the spotlight in Spain as well as other countries about how animals are treated. And some years ago, Catalonia decided to prohibit or ban bullfighting, and we can see here that the Spanish court, because remember that Catalonia, although it wants to be an independent region, or a lot of people want to be independent in Catalonia, still belongs to Spain, and the Spanish High Court has overturned the decision, meaning that they have decided that the decision that Catalonia took to ban bullfighting was not legal, and therefore they're going to overturn it, meaning that it has no validity anymore. So let's have a look at the topic here. Judges say Spanish state has responsibility for cultural heritage, and Catalan parliament has exceeded its authority. So again, the Spanish state overturning the decision, or the Spanish justice system overturning a law that was passed in one of the regions, because they still have the power to do that. So what they're saying here is that the Spanish state has the cultural responsibility for all of Spain. So if Catalonia decides to ban bullfighting, if the Basque country decides to ban bullfighting, the Spanish court can overrule or overturn those decisions because it claims to have control of cultural heritage, okay? And it has exceeded its authority. Let's go to the main part of the article. Spain's Constitutional Court, okay, the Constitutional Court, normally the highest court in the land, has overturned Catalonia's controversial ban on bullfighting imposed by the regional government in 2010. So the regional government prohibited bullfighting, and now the Spanish state has decided to overturn that ruling in the Constitutional Court, probably on the grounds that it is not constitutional, okay? Now, controversial because bullfighting is divisive in Spain at the moment. There's a lot of people that support bullfighting, a lot of people are against bullfighting. So it's a divisive thing at the moment. 9 of the 12 judges ruled that the preservation of common cultural heritage was the responsibility of the state, and the Catalan parliament had exceeded its authority in banning what the court described in a statement as one more expression of a cultural nature that forms part of a common cultural heritage. So what they're saying is that the common cultural heritage should belong to all of the Spanish regions, even if some of those regions don't agree with that. So they're using their power to overturn these decisions. Quite controversial, as I said. The court conceded that Catalonia could regulate the development of bullfights, okay, it conceded that fact, or establish requirements for the special care and attention of fighting bulls. The ruling prompted outrage. It prompted outrage. Outrage is when people get very angry. There is outrage, okay, in Catalonia. Neus Munté, a spokeswoman for the Catalan government, said her government would set to work immediately to ensure that the ruling has no practical effect. Okay, so it prompted outrage, okay? So this word here, to prompt, let's have a look at the definition. To prompt, to cause, okay? To bring about, to cause, to prompt. It prompted outrage. Outrage, again, as I said, anger, okay? Extreme anger, shock, indignation. Her government would set to work immediately to ensure that the ruling has no practical effect. So the Catalans, or the Catalonian government, is going to challenge the decision. The Barcelona mayor, okay, be careful of the pronunciation of this word here, okay, I'll highlight that. Mayor, okay, mayor, the Barcelona mayor, Ada Colau, tweeted, Barcelona has been an anti-bullfighting city since 2004 or 2004. Whatever the court says, the Catalan capital will not allow animals to be mistreated. So she's ruling in favour of fair treatment of animals. You could also argue that there's an independence movement behind this as well, in order to differentiate some Spanish areas from the main part of Spain. You could argue that perhaps as well. The animal welfare groups probably would agree that bullfighting should be prohibited all over Spain, not just in Catalonia. There's another argument there if you like. But at the end of the day, it's a controversial topic that is dividing people in Spain, and especially probably also in Catalonia, because there would be people in favour of bullfighting, people against it. So it's become a divisive topic in Spain. Thank you very much for watching this news lesson. If you have a comment about the Pakistani tea seller, if you have a comment about Catalonia banning bullfighting or the Spanish court overturning the decision, please leave it in the comment section below. Remember to share the video if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next news lesson. Have a good day.